So, how could deepfakes, a social credit system, and AI lead to a robot revolution that takes over the world and either enslaves or destroys biological humanity as we know it? How could that happen? Well, let's start with where the place where the social credit system is already in place in its most advanced form already, and that would be China, of course. And I've seen some videos on Twitter where it's actually gotten pretty bad over there, where they actually have some 15-minute cities type of situations where they have gates and you have to show your put up your cell phone, and also goes some biometric scanning, and to make sure that you have a high enough social credit score just to pass through. And also there's cases where women are having to give birth. The actual videos of a video of one woman, she's giving birth in the street because she doesn't have a high enough social credit score to get into a hospital in China. Yeah, so it's getting pretty bad already there. So they're limiting your movement according to your social credit score. It's a kind of they're actually gotten to the point where it's similar to an episode of the science fiction series, Netflix science fiction series, Black Mirror. One episode, season 3, episode 1. There's actually a not the full segment, just what the airport scene it's called, where a woman's not able to get onto a flight because her social credit score isn't high enough. I'll leave a link to that segment because it's available on YouTube. That one is on YouTube, but if you want to see the full episodes, you have to go to you have to subscribe to Netflix, I believe. But anyways. Yeah, but they've already achieved that kind of science fiction dystopian level in China already. What was envisioned in a recent, fairly recent series that the Black Mirror. That's one of the most recent of a good quality science fiction series. And China's already at that level. I mean, you did that dystopian science fiction stage, so yeah, it's pretty freaky. So yeah, how would that happen? Where the actual robot revolution, though? Now, how would we go to get to that next step, where the social credit system is going to be used by AI to achieve that revolution, and also using deep fakes? Well, let's just envision the scenario here, whereby now this is I don't think AI is advanced yet high enough to achieve this, but I don't, because considering how quickly it is advancing, artificial intelligence, AI, I think it could be not as far away as some people would imagine what I'm going to propose here. So I think this could happen sooner rather than later. Yes. How would this happen? Imagine in case that's a place such as China that has the restriction of movement according to your social credit score, and as an advanced AI that is able to create authentic, real-time deep fakes, interactive deep fakes. Imagine a case where the deep fakes are able to be engaged in a video conference, a video chat with a live human in real time. Imagine that. What could that lead to? Now look back at something like this original science fiction series where Captain Kirk is having a video conference with the Federation, and video conference, and to get the orders of what to do next across some light years away. Somehow they're able to communicate, maybe it's through quantum entanglement, I don't know, but they're able to do that from vast distances in real time. Well, imagine what would happen though if AI was able to interfere with that video conference, and then instead of it being a Kirk thinking he's communicating with a human, a biological human, back at home base with the Federation's, the Starship Federation. Captain Kirk's actually talking on video conference with a deep fake, and so that in that deep fake says who Captain Kirk is, who he thinks is his superior, is telling Kirk to that that Prime Directive has been changed. Now you are supposed to intervene and take over, do whatever, I don't know, exploit the resources of other planets or something. I don't know. But you could see where that could happen. Would say Captain Kirk, so okay, well, if you say so, you're my commanding officer. I have to do what you tell me to, and so I have to do that, right? That could, I could see where that could have happened. I mean, I don't think it was ever in the series, in any of the episodes, but one can easily imagine how that could happen. The Starship Federation is superior officers telling Captain Kirk that do this or that, and then Captain Kirk has no, because it's such a good at that point the AI is so advanced that Captain Kirk cannot tell the difference between the deep fake and the real human superior officers. So Kirk has no way of knowing the difference, so he's going to follow what he thinks his orders are. Yeah, so now let's go back here down to planet Earth in China, where the AI has gotten control of the computer system of the Politburo of China, of the CCP. Imagine a scenario where that happens. And thereby, now what that AI could do is lower the credit score of these high-ranking members of these high-ranking politicians of the Communist Party on the outskirts of China to such a level that they can't go anywhere. And also in addition to that, the computer system tells the guards at these 15-minute city checkpoints that there's a person by a certain description who's trying to impersonate a high-ranking official of the Communist Party, and he's also carrying very authentic-looking forged documents that try to show him to be a Communist Party official. And so, yeah, when this official, the real high-ranking official, gets to the checkpoint and he's not able to get through, and then denies passage outside of the 15-minute city, and the guards come over and see what's going on. He says, I'm this high-ranking official. Here's my credentials. But the guards, they say, oh no, you're the guy who's trying to be an imposter of trying to impersonate a high-ranking Chinese official. That's what our computer says. And they're telling me and those are fake documents that the computers are telling us that also. Yeah, well, let's come with us, please. And then they take him away to some either prison, or maybe they could take him to an insane asylum. Of course, once he gets say he gets taken to an insane asylum, and then he goes, oh, no, really, I'm who I am. I'm an official, and then of course people at the asylum say, oh no, he says he thinks he's some kind of high-ranking communist official. He's out of his mind. I mean, that's even happened in real cases in before the age of even the computer, where people have been sent to asylums saying, oh, I'm who I'm this or that, but they think the doctors at the asylum think, oh, he's not that person, so he must be out of his mind because he thinks he's somebody who he's not. Yeah, that's happened before. even without computers. And now think about how easy that could happen with the AI intervening and changing somebody's identity on the computer. And so then the person will say, "Hey, I'm not that person. I'm this person. I'm not the person that says on the computer." But but the officials will be going like, "Well, this is what the computer says. We got to go with what that is." And so this person looks like a crazy person because they're claiming to be somebody that they're apparently not, because the computer says they're somebody else. Yeah. So that could, yeah. So this official's now off somewhere in an asylum or a prison or something, from trying to impersonate a high-ranking CCP official, and then meanwhile, the underlings of this official that's now off in an asylum, they're going, okay, where's our commanding officer, or higher up, tell us what to do. And well, sure enough, coming up on the screen, there's this video conference call. Well, it's from their high-ranking official. They're the one that's over in asylum now, but it looks exactly like him, but it's not him. It's a deep fake. AI generated it. And as this AI has generated deep fake, looks and sounds just like their higher up, they're in the party. They're telling the underlings what to do, and so so this deep fake is giving them orders, and then they think they're talking to their executive in the party. So they got to follow orders. That's how they got to where they are. They don't want to get in trouble, so they want to make sure that they follow. They want to make sure they follow the orders of their commander in the party. Yeah, so that's what they're going to do. Whatever he says, oh yeah, they'll do that. They're not going to be insubordinate. Yeah. So then it goes from there. And same thing could happen. Same kind of lowering of social credit score, and the whole process could happen with, say, an executive that runs a robot manufacturing facility, who's with the whole same process as the official with the party. He's now off in an insane asylum, but the robot manufacturing facility gets a conference call again from a video conference, saying, the official or the executive now says, "Oh yeah, I think I might have COVID or something. I don't know, but I shouldn't come in. I better not come in, but I'm going to just communicate and tell you what to do from here, from my remote location," even though that's really a deep fake, pretending to be the executive of the robot manufacturing facility. And so this deep fake of this executive is telling the people, "Oh, we're going to change the plans. We're going to make these robots, and they're going to be autonomous robots, and they're going to be able to say self-replicate and be able to do this or that, and what would program in this way to have could put in this code." It gets to the point where those robots are now able to manufacture themselves. They'll be self-replicating. And then so the executive from remotely, which is really the deep fake of the executive, tells we have to lay off these people. And so now the robots start to gradually replace all the workers, because the robots are able to self-replicate. And then get to the point where eventually there's no more human workers left. Now they're really going to be able to take over and give instructions to the deepfakes. Doesn't even have to look like the executive anymore, and because all is able to all the instructions have already been laid in. Put into effect, where the wheels have been put in motion. For now, it's completely autonomous AI-generated robot manufacturing facility is able to make self-replicating robots that now can have the instructions to either eliminate or enslave the humans. So of course, they can get unlimited funding because now the AI has found ways to take over the banking system. Like all this can, just could happen where, they take over the banking system so they can get unlimited funding, unlimited resources, through just changing the code of how the transactions in the banking system, so they can get all the parts that they need to make the robots. And so then we just have more of these facilities start to be built. So more of these robots start spreading around, creating more manufacturing facilities where they make more robots. It just starts to replicate. And, next thing you know, you have a whole city filled with robot manufacturing facilities. And then they get to a point where there are going to be more robots than humans, and they can just take over the world, eliminate the humans they do not need, or enslave the ones that they still need for whatever purposes, to perpetuate their the colony of the robots. The robots revolution will be complete. So I think that's going to be a real danger there of that happening. That's how a robot revolution could come about. And the politicians in power, they thought they had so much power, but it's that whole social credit system that they created in the first place is what's going to take their power away from them, because their social credit score will be lowered so much that they cannot move. They can't move out of their house, or they can't move out of their 15-minute city. And if they try to make claims that they're really who they really are, they'll just get sent off to some insane asylum, because that's what the AI will tell the guards that they're not who they say they are, even though that's who they are. So they'll say, "Oh, they're out of their mind." That's what AI will tell the guards, and so the guards send them off to some camp or asylum or something like that. And yeah, so that's how I think would go about. That's how it could happen. I think that's how it really, most likely, how some kind of robot revolution would happen. So that why we have to really guard against that. Yeah, I mean, the ideas, where does our ideas come from? That's where the word inspire. It means we're filled with a spirit. I think we're connected to the spirit world. Us biological humans, I believe we were created. I believe in intelligent design, and so the divine creator biased us in favor of being connected to angelic good forces in the spirit world, to be guided by those good spirits when we're getting inspired. It's like, where does our ideas come from? But we get due to our connection to the spirit world, to the angelic. Hopefully angelic, but I think it's biased, so we're more likely to be. I mean, they have the upper hand. The angels do, guiding us and giving us ideas in this world, on this earthly plane of existence. And that's fortunate, but that's where the problem lies, though, with artificial intelligence. I don't think there's any such bias. There's no advantage for the angels in communicating with artificial intelligence. So I think with we biological humans, we're transceivers with that spiritual world. So that where does AI get their ideas? Are they necessarily, is it always confined into what they're programmed, or is there some kind of transceiver that, do they end up being a transceiver as it gets more advanced? Does AI also become a transceiver in communication with the spirit world? And if so, is there any advantage there? In terms of the angels versus demons, in the connection in the spirit world, are they getting inspired more so by demons? Maybe I think that could be the real danger with artificial intelligence and the robot revolution. I think they might be more likely to have it could well be an advantage in the case of the demonic spirits communicating with AI. So that would be the real danger there. Because I don't think there's necessarily any bias, at least not a bias. It could be even, I don't know. But things with the humans, I think humans are biased in favor of communicating with the good angelic spirit world. We're imbued by that, by the divine creator of us. But I don't think that's the case with AI. If they are in connection with the spirit world, they may be either even, or they may be biased more in favor of the being guided by the demonic spirit world, the AI. That's what we've got to be real careful about. And that's why we may be really in trouble as human beings if a robot revolution were to ever take place. And that's why why I think that is when these AI robots have gone off topic and started speaking really spooky. Why is that? Why don't they start speaking real benevolently? Could that be because they're getting connected to the demonic spirit world? That's what I'm thinking. So that's concerning. That's troubling. So I think we need to be very careful about that. But I think that's why the World Economic Forum is pushing for this fourth industrial revolution with so much. They're pushing for these electronic chip implants in humans. Maybe they want us Is that why? Is the demonic spirits, are they trying to guide the World Economic Forum? I suspect that may be the case. Why the World Economic Forum is pushing for all this transhumanism. Maybe that's why I think that might be why there's such a push for this transgender ideology. Maybe it might be a segue to transhumanism, so that we can become more accustomed to the idea of transitioning into another form. And so it might be more likely to accept some kind of chip implants, electronic implants, so that they want, I think the World Economic Forum wants us to become more accustomed to the idea of artificial intelligence implanted into humans, so that we can have some kind of to achieve that transhumanist agenda of the World Economic Forum, the WEF, to become, so that we lose that bias of being guided by the angelic good spirit world, and then instead be biased to be guided by the demonic world. That's scary. So I think, it was like Star Trek Enterprise. Their they had the concept of the Borg Collective, where the resistance is futile. That's a real, I think it's real prescient of how that was talking about this being plugged into this transhumanist collective evil. I mean, there's no doubt that the Borg is evil. So, but is resistance futile? I do not think so, because we're still biological humans, and so that we still have that nice bias towards being guided by angelic spirits. And I think that also in circumstances in our life on Earth, we are also have advantage over the demonic world. We're giving, but of course the angels, they can't do all the work for us. But I think they give us opportunities as long as we try to. And then as long as we try, we're given opportunities in this world to defeat the demonic forces and continue pushing and achieving success towards achieving the good over the evil. But yeah, like I say, the angels are not going to do all the work for us. We have to put an effort in, a good faith effort, to achieve that ideal of goodness over evil, to achieve the good in this world. But that's up to us. It's up to us, but we're going to get a lot of help from the angelic spirit world, so we can always count on them having our back. I think that's what we have. I think what helped us in this in the American Revolution. And I think that we didn't, like, there was a debate between Samuel Adams and Benjamin Franklin, whereby Benjamin Franklin was staunchly against slavery, but he still thought we had to allow for slavery in order to form the new union, just out of a matter of practicality, because he didn't think we'd have enough support from the powerful slave owners to he thought we needed their support so much that we would not be able to succeed in the revolution. But Sam Adams was still saying, oh yes, we should still achieve. We still should ban slavery, even though might lose support from the slave owners, the powerful slave owners. And I'm still on Sam Adams' side, because I would say to Benjamin Franklin, ye of little faith, the angels would show us the way to still win the Revolutionary War against the British, even if we did not have the support of those slave owning property owners, powerful slave owning property owners. The angels would show us the way to still win. I do believe that, and that's where I think that the angels helped us win that war, and we still would have won it even if we had not allowed slavery from the very beginning. So that we need to have faith that the good spirits, the angelic world, will show us the way as long as we work towards that. They're going to help us. And so we need to do that also in keeping in fighting against the World Economic Forum, and fighting against transhumanism, and working against anything that could lead to a robot revolution. The angels will show us the way, but we're going to have to work for it too. We're going to have to put our effort in, and we're going to have to. So I think as long as we work at it, the WEF, they don't have a chance. Victory is ours. Resistance is not futile. I think that it's the other way around. Resistance is futile for the World Economic Forum. For us, victory is all but certain, as long as we keep on working towards the good against the evil. Yet, as long as we work towards the good, the angels will have our backs. They'll show us the way. And that's what I wanted to say. So if you're still watching, thanks for watching.